tiwi tēnā koutou, Matanuku Kaa From, Ngāti Pro Tūturu, whānau mai I runga I te marae o hina web, tipu mai ki konei, ari tāetanga ki te kau maono ngā tau, ka here ki I o tau tahi reira I rapu mahi ai. Yes, I was born and bred here, Ngāti Pro. We went away for some years because to seek mahi, to earn our own bread, as so to speak, and for our own well-being. But we've come home now, back to our roots, to our whakapapa. Come home to our tūranga wawa, so that we're happy to be home. To give some contribution back for the years that we were away, missing from our Ngāti Pro iwi.
Okay. Thank you, Uncle, for taking part in this little kōrero that I'm doing about the mining and drilling. So what's your thoughts on the drilling and mining, Uncle Matanuku?
Well, it's always, it's a negative one. I'm against this mining drilling episode because the moana has always been our kapatakai. And not only that, ecologically, the East Cape, from the East Cape heading towards Gisborne, the seabed is in quite a state, and it's not a healthy state. And if these people from Petrobras intend to, with the government's help of course, intend to keep the thing going, then it puts us in a great, what's called of danger, puts us in a position of great danger. And I make that huge assumption by what we read from just lately, this year, from what was reported in the Gisborne Herald, at the state of Moana. And Moana, for the last 50, or it might be 100 years, is covered with silt. Our seabed is covered with silt. It came from the Hikurangi Maunga. And some scientists came from America about 7 years ago and worked with math to research and look at what's happening to our seabed here. And the results were not very good at all. The results were quite frightening in terms of all the sediment that came from behind Hikurangi has settled from the seashore on our beaches here, north and south, and has settled 45 kilometers out to sea, which is quite disturbing. And it has impacted already, from reports from the scientists, that is impacting the bed plates that's under the sea. And not only that, there is a huge cliff right in front of us for our house here, under the sea, a huge cavity. And I believe that if these people are to go and start drilling up the East Cape there, and that's in line with what I'm talking about, then it's going to have a disastrous impact on us. And I mean disastrous. Everybody that comes to our house here looks at us and says, what a beautiful view you have. And I am saying now, we could be in danger of losing that, not only our piece of land, but our lives. And that's one of the major impacts that could happen if we allow these people to go ahead. And that's why I'm dead against their drilling and so forth, looking for these what's called just to fill their pockets. And I am of the total opinion that it's only a money-making thing anyway. And money is not everything. Money is not everything, and that's why I'm dead against this drilling and mining of our seashore.
Okay, Uncle, do you think Te Tiriti o Waitangi give Māori the right to say no to drilling and mining?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But whether it has the strength and durability to fulfill that is another thing. You know, it's taken us a long time to fight the governments of the past right to now. Over 140 years to get some rights back and also some land back, which is still minimal in my reckoning. Should have been better than that. You know, one of the things that disturbs me about successful governments is the way they continue to treat us as if we don't exist as tangata whenua. And that came out quite vividly the other day when the Prime Minister stood up to do a kōrero, do a bit of a mihi to the people, but he didn't even use our reo. And it took a wee, a Frenchman, to say tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. And for me, that's part of that. The Prime Minister has revealed himself as part of those people that have been suppressing us for so long. And that has been their attitude towards us for a long time. It's always been in my heart that they don't treat us as tangata whenua. In fact, they don't treat us as somebody who's worthwhile being treated with some dignity and respect. And no, yes, Treaty of Waitangi does, the Treaty of Waitangi does give the Māori the right, but it's whether the government will allow us to apply those principles. And that's the thing that's always, that's the doubt that's always in my mind. Cost us billions to fight them from their own perspective, from their own laws that they created. And in the end, ehika, we only get the, what I call ngā konga, the crumbs, you know, of what we're about. Aye, for sure, the Treaty Waitangi does give us Māori the right.
Okay, Uncle, is it in the best interests of Māori